So what I did there was play virtually the same thing on each chord, rhythmically, the same thing on each chord, and pretty much every time I'd play that chord, it would be the same voicing. So there's, a consistency that runs through the whole thing for each 12 bars. And I tried to change it up a little bit with each 12-bar progression. So I think it started with a basic 9 chord. Something like that, right? So that is, we call that a 9 chord. It's got the 3rd in the root here, 7th of A here. That would be the 9th. This is the 5th. And I like hearing that root on top. Normally, if I hear most people play, they'll play the 9 chord without that. For me, it just gives it a little more punch. It's big, big full chord like that. And then doing this on the 4 chord, the D9, and on the E9. Then I kind of played a riffy thing. In fact, I think the first time I played now that's one thing you can do in blues playing, from a 5 chord to a 4 chord. It's basically the same thing, minor third instead of. It's just a convenient little thing on the guitar. On the A7, and then you just play it minor here on the 4 chord. Now, I wouldn't hesitate to do it again on the 5 chord. But it kind of works, But I think in the example, I played it up there on the E chord, and like that on the D chord. Virtually the same lick, just in a different position on the guitar, right? So this developed out of, well, now you have to do it in the key of A, so you're fingering everything a little bit differently, a little more effort involved, but it's the same country blues. I also played something like this. Now this is A13. So the 13th is right here. 1. The 6th and the 13th are the same thing, an octave apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I'm playing it here, there would be your A13. But we're playing a different voicing, and we're bringing the 13th down to here. 9th is there. And again, I'm playing the 5th on top. 7th, 3rd, 6th or 13th, 9th, 5th. And then you notice those chord voicings are pretty close to each other. So these chords voicings being very close together is also a good thing. Keeping your movement kind of concise, You're not playing this here and that up there or down there. You keep everything kind of as close to each other as possible. like that. And I think I also played so it's the same thing we kind of looked at down here, right? Up to A. Now we're in the key of A. Going to the 4 chord here as D. You can play the same thing. The strings are so light, it's a little hard to dig in there, so you have to kind of adjust your technique a little bit and hit the strings not quite so hard. That was pretty hard. That's also a nice thing. 3rd in the root.